Join us on the show right now, Dr. Tim Wheeler with Doctors for Responsible Gun Ownership. Dr. Wheeler, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Cam.
Thanks for coming on the program tonight. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, so we've got three doctors groups in the state of Florida, along with, I guess, three individual physicians and the Brady Center filing suit against the state of Florida, Governor Rick Scott, the Attorney General, several other agency heads, claiming that a new law violates the physician's right to free speech. The law in question bars doctors from quizzing or harassing patients needlessly about gun ownership. If they have a particular concern that they are, they want to address, apparently they can ask a patient about gun ownership. But just in terms of going in for your annual physical, the doctors can't say, so do you own a gun? You really shouldn't own a gun. How do you store it? Oh, good Lord, please don't tell me you store it unlocked with ammunition available. They can't do that under this law, and the doctors, I guess, are suing for the right to harass their patients.
That's right, Cam. First of all, let me just say it's about time we had a law like this. This problem is not new at all, this problem of doctors misusing the unequal doctor-patient relationship to try to lean on their patients to lobby against gun ownership and to try to convince them that guns are bad somehow. And I want to say something about this freedom of speech, this First Amendment issue.
Sure.
That's the theory that these three medical groups and the doctor plaintiffs are pursuing, that their First Amendment rights to free speech are being violated because they can't talk about guns in the home. But, Cam, there is ample precedent in the states for the states to regulate certain types of behavior from physicians. Physicians are held to a higher standard, first of all, than the general population because, they do some pretty important stuff. And the other thing is that there are certain types of speech that are off limits. And the most common one that is cited and what's generally termed as the most, controversial or sensational type of what we call boundary violation is doctors and patients getting involved in sexual relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Any kind of speech leading up to that is definitely off limits, and there are plenty of state laws, if not in every state, that prohibit that actually criminalize it. A doctor who does that can not only lose his or her license, but can be subject to criminal penalties.
Oh, now why would you want to gag these physicians, Dr. Wheeler? I mean, look, some of them may just be, lonely individuals looking to make a love connection there at the office.
Well, love connections are great, and I'm all for that, but not in the doctor's office, Cam, not between a doctor and a patient. That's a no-no. And, in fact, we can consider any kind of any kind of conduct, including speech that tends to exploit that unequal relationship between a doctor and patient, we can pretty well be sure that is inappropriate conduct, and therefore it is quite reasonably subject to regulation by the states.
What about I guess conversations? Let's say I go to my doctor and he starts quizzing me about my my political leanings. And he starts pressuring me to, why would you want to vote for a Republican candidate? Why would you want to vote for an independent? Don't you know you should you should vote for these candidates only? Would that be appropriate? Would that be acceptable for a doctor to do that?
That's really getting over the line. It gets kind of, fuzzy, and you'll certainly get debate on some of these issues. But certainly, I think you would get a majority opinion agreeing that a doctor using the examination room as a place to try to, lobby for a particular political party or candidate, that would be out of line.
Yeah. Yeah, so
that's not what you came to the doctor's office for. You came because you have a physical problem or some kind of medical problem,
mm-hmm.
and you came there to have that addressed. And that can be complicated enough, just getting that job done.
Yeah. Oh, no, I agree completely. So these groups that have filed suit, the Florida chapter of the American Academy of Pediatrics, the American Academy of Family Physicians, and the American College of Physicians, do they have histories of being anti-gun, Dr. Wheeler?
Certainly, the American College of Physicians does. The American Academy of Family Physicians, I think, has just kind of, floated along with the current on this. They've not been out front, and they don't, at least as far as I could tell from looking at their website, they don't have any established policy that really puts them in the forefront of gun control advocacy. The American College of Physicians, however, does. They've been involved with this for a long time. They do have policy that advocates, just like the pediatricians, that advocates that their doctors, the internal medicine doctors, actually inquire about guns in the home from their patients and try to get them to, if not get rid of their guns, at least to, let's see here, I'm reading from the Firearm Injury Prevention sheet from the American College of Physicians. They talk about they favor strong legislation to ban the sale, possession, and manufacture for civilian use of all automatic and semi-automatic assault weapons. So they're definitely in the gun control crowd. American College of Physicians.
All right. Well, listen, Dr. Wheeler, I appreciate you coming on the program, sir, and I guess we'll see where this lawsuit heads next.
Cam, it's great to be on your program, and we shall follow this issue very closely.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Dr. Tim Wheeler with Doctors for Responsible Gun Ownership.